All right, I think we're live here. Just gonna make sure the audio is working and we will get started with the video in just a second. All right, testing the audio. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hey everyone who's joining live, or maybe you're watching this after the fact. My name is Ryan from Ebike Escape, and we are doing another live unboxing. Have a handful more to do, so kind of have to get through these. The reason I do videos like this is to answer questions. Basically, I have to unbox these bikes anyway, so why not do it live and answer any questions? So if you have questions about this bike, I'll do my best to answer. Or if you have questions about any other e-bikes I review or my thoughts on accessories or really anything else. Before we get started, if you are looking to make a purchase with KBO, check out the link in the description. If you use that link before you purchase, it's a free and easy way to help support the channel. So thanks in advance for your support. In the description, I will also have links to our electric bike accessories list, top e-bike brands page, and finally our electric bike discounts code page, which is updated very frequently. So if you're looking for a deal on an electric bike, that's where you will find it. With that, I think we should start unboxing this cargo bike. It's the KBO Ranger. Hi, everything. Thanks for joining. And I'm pretty excited about this. I actually had to remind myself of some of the specs on this bike because it's been a while. This bike came out, if I'm not mistaken, or announced, I should say, late 2021, maybe in November. We did an article on it, and so they announced it, and now it's finally available, though I did just look on their website, and this bike is back ordered until early April. I think shipments are estimated to go out. And if you followed my channel or kind of anything that I've done, you know, I'm a huge fan of cargo electric bikes. And at this price point, you won't find a whole lot, to be honest, in the full-size cargo e-bike. It's priced at $16.99. Hi, Jay. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, again, if you're just joining, I did start a few minutes early, but feel free to ask any questions. I am going to go ahead and cut this box down. I don't necessarily recommend that people do this, but because in the off chance that you have to return your electric bike, you want the box. But for one, this bike box, I should say, got pretty damaged. You can probably tell it's leaning over a little bit. And secondly, it's just easier for me. I always recommend having two people pull these bikes out. And this is going to be a heavy one. I'm not sure the exact weight. Definitely on the heavier end of electric bikes. And I think it has maybe a slight amount of damage. See, the bike is already tipping over. So we'll have to see how this goes. All right, there we go. You can see we have the orange one here, which they also offer it in gray. I think the orange looks really sharp. And what do we have here? I think this is one of the, this is an accessory. I think this is maybe the running board. Maybe I'll open that in just a second once I get this bike kind of stabilized here. And yeah, it looks like it struggled a little bit by the front support. There we go. Okay, let's see here. I'll go ahead and open this just since it's here. Hello from Chicago. Hi, Mario, just north of you in Wisconsin. Well, a little bit north. How much weight can it hold? Ooh, that is a good question. I looked at the specs, but that is not one that I looked at. I will take a look here in just a second. I'll see if I can find that. Cargo electric bikes, definitely capable of holding kids and small adults typically. We'll see what their weight rating is on this. It says payload capacity 400 pounds. So that's probably going to be between the rider and the rear. I'm not sure if they break out the rear as well. Yeah, it just says total. I don't know if they give a rear rack capacity, but 400 pounds. All right, so show this off. This is the running board. I think is going to go somewhere around there. And I'll open this box first. Bring up your comments again, just so I don't miss anything. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what we got in this box here. It looks like some bolts. Set those aside. We've got the front quick release for that front wheel and the charger. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 3-amp charger. So we're going to charge your battery up slightly faster, though not a huge difference. It's going to still take hours to fully charge if it's dead. Got the Ranger owner's manual here. Assembly instructions. Might need to reference that. We'll see. And we have the pedals. These are the metal Welgo pedals that come on so many electric bikes. And we've got a pretty large front headlight. That's kind of cool. Like in the look of this. We will obviously have a full review out. And we get a multi-tool. This is pretty much the same multi-tool I've seen a bunch of times too. So usually not the best quality, but if you need it in a pinch, it does work. Maybe throw in a top tube bag or something. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this packaging here. Pretty wide rear rack, it looks like here. Now they do have some accessories like some passenger bars. If you've seen other cargo bikes, they have those. Those were not yet available, so hopefully KBO will send me those as well. Nice, yeah, huge wide rear rack here. I guess this is a little bit different than some cargo electric bikes because the frame is separate to the rack. So that's something that's interesting. And I did review the KBO Breeze last year. They're more city-oriented electric bike. That's value price. And I also reviewed the KBO Hurricane electric bike. And that was a fun one to do as well. And this is their cargo bike. Again, if you are looking to purchase any of the KBO bikes, please consider using that link in the description. Really helps me out. You can see some of the damage here. There's a plastic piece. This is just for shipping, but we'll see. Hopefully the front fork isn't too badly damaged. Here's that board here. Is the front light connected to the battery? Yes, definitely. There's a plug on there. Right here. There you go. And let's see, maybe get this front tire out of the way here. Fenders included. And if you aren't a subscriber to the channel, please consider doing so. We are very close to 10,000 subscribers, and I just got a video prepped and edited that I'm going to release when I hit 10,000 videos or 10,000 subscribers. We're going to be showing off the Ebike Escape Mobile. Electric bike company sent us an electric bike, and we custom picked the colors. And so I kind of did a 10,000 subscriber special / unboxing of that bike. So that'll go live as soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers. So excited for that. It is an awesome awesome looking bike. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. And also, if you kind of follow the e-bike space, we got a very cool e-bike review going live on Tuesday. And I can't tell you anything about it. Can't even tell you the brand or anything. But it's going to be a good one. I'll put it that way. I'm pretty excited about that. I don't like some of these plastic protectors. They kind of get wedged into the front wheel here sometimes, and then it's kind of a pain to get them off. So hopefully this one isn't too bad. Struggled last time with the unboxing with this because that one fell apart as well. I think I kind of had to cut it away and just, it's kind of a pain. Let's see how this works. So yeah, lots of exciting things, and we have the Ride One Up Cruiser, Cafe Cruiser. That bike, or that video has been edited. Oh, man. There we go. Not as bad as last time. Okay, and yeah, so we got the video on Tuesday coming out. Cafe Cruiser will be the next video, and we'll just go from there because I have a garage full of e-bikes that need to be reviewed. All right, I'll set that front tire aside. Kind of like the size of these. I think are these, yeah, 20 by 3 inches wide. So definitely going to give you some stability on the road, which is obviously nice for a cargo bike. Peter asks, can you attach a milk crate to the rear rack? That is what I use for errands. I would say you probably can. You might want to remove the, if you're putting like a large milk crate, you might want to remove the wood decking here. Otherwise, there's maybe a little bit less to strap it through, though you do have some bars there as well. So kind of depends where you want to attach it, but possible, I would say. I mean, usually it is possible. You just have to make sure it's sturdy at least. And let's see. I think I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. I think what I might do is see if I can get this front fork, and I know that's where it had a little bit of damage from packaging, so I'm hoping the front fork isn't too bad. Again, if you are watching this live, feel free to ask any questions. Happy to talk e-bikes. I've been getting a lot of YouTube comments, and to be honest, I am a bit behind. It's been pretty challenging between trying to get some videos filmed and edited, and let's see. Looks like I might need to unscrew one of these bolts. Hopefully I have the right size here. Not sure if they gave me a wrench or not. Let's see one. Let's see what the size is. I know I said it already, but really liking the orange paint on this bike. Sure what size this is, maybe 14 here. So I think this bike might have been single boxed, and some of them have definitely been coming double boxed. So let's see. Alrighty, there's nothing in there for wedged in there for the in front of the disc. I'm gonna have to slide this up just a touch. And I should also note that I am not a bike mechanic, so this is not a tutorial at all. Alrighty. See if I can get this frame up here. Bring this wheel a little bit forward and see if we can get it lined up. There we go. It's kind of a pearly orange, I guess I would maybe call it. So, looks really sharp. Our first electric bike was actually a cargo electric bike, which is kind of why I'm biased towards really any cargo electric bike for their versatility of not only hauling, kids but also cargo and going grocery shopping. On our first bike, my wife and I would ride together on our electric bike. And that was a lot of fun, just cruising around before we had electric bikes for each of us. Okay, let's see. Let me get the kickstand down. Hopefully. It's a double kickstand. That makes sense. Just couldn't see the other side. There we go. All right. Making some progress here. Let's see. Random question to, historical accuracy. I'm not going to be able to. Actually, I do have an answer to this. Okay. Historical accuracy says, random question for anyone who has the answer they feel like giving. What is the most promising U.S. city for future commuter cycling development? Or any obscure towns that seem unusually good to cycle for that matter? Okay, I'm going to throw out Tempe, Arizona, and I believe it's Arizona. I'm going to make sure. And there's a company called, Tempe, Arizona, and there's a company called Cul-de-sac. And if you haven't already, if you're not aware of them, definitely worth Google searching. They're building basically a car-free city. Now, maybe that doesn't mean that you could, hopefully at least part of your commute would be bike friendly, but they're basically building a city that's around pedestrian travel and bikes and electric bikes. In fact, the CEO of the company, Ryan Johnson, he's worth a follow on Twitter, and he owns 60 plus electric bikes and just a big proponent of electric bikes, and of course with this company Cul-de-sac. And it's really cool. I've been following, a little bit just to see what they're doing, some of their buildings, and it's just really cool to see, someone do something different with a city here in the United States. It might feel a little bit more like give it a bit more of a European feel with bikes everywhere. And there's something where I think like cars aren't going to be within a certain distance of like around the city or something like that. So you can learn way more. I just have kind of surface level knowledge. So maybe that answers your question. Though I'm sure there are other cities that are really bike friendly. Definitely some places in Colorado. So it's just going to depend. And we actually have some decent bike infrastructure here in Wisconsin, and it's always getting better. And I think the best thing you can do is just get out and ride and plan for safe routes and show people that it can be done, because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't think a commute can be done, and until you really kind of take the leap and give it a try, you'll find kind of secret ways, paths that you didn't know existed. At least that's been our experience where we live, and we're able to ride around the city pretty safely. Of course, there could always be improvements, but I'm pretty happy with where we're at. And we're, of course, centrally located-ish, and that's by design. So we can bike places. We aren't really interested in living in these suburbs because it just makes it so much more difficult to take out the bikes, and that's something that we prioritize. So, at least a little bit of our story, I guess. Tempe, Tempe. Yep, no H. Are we talking car free, or just very much not car centric? Hard to say. I think the idea is it's car free. Not sure if it would be close to the Dutch, but they definitely have some high aspirations. From Barbados, where can I get a Haro mountain bike? Sorry, I cannot help you there, Lamar. I'm not sure where they might be. Not sure if their Haro or Haro is online. No worries, historical accuracy. Happy to have the engagement. Again, if you are just joining, feel free to ask any questions like historical accuracy did. Happy to. I'm here assembling an electric bike. I need to do this anyway, so great to have some company and answer questions if I can. Maybe I'll actually tilt the camera up just slightly. I'm working on the handlebars here. Let's see if I can do that without making the stream go down. All right, I'll go there. Okay. I usually don't like the handlebars hanging, but sometimes it is what it is. All right, there we go. Really like this ratchet wrench from Top Peak that's on our electric bike accessories list. Just makes doing this a little bit quicker. More so on the tightening down, I guess. And wow, look at this frame. Just really cool. Really cool design, I think. Let's see. After the Ride One Up Cafe Cruiser gets reviewed, we'll probably move on to the newly announced Rad Expand. That one's kind of awaiting the review. I haven't even ridden it yet. The weather has been a little bit, it's been getting better. I did a short ride finishing up some footage on the GT E-Grade Current. That's kind of a flat bar gravel bike from GT. A really cool bike. Fun to work with them again. Okay, here we go. And I should probably take the zip tie off by the LCD screen because it might just make it a little bit easier to get in here with these bolts. Highly recommend some side snips. And sometimes you have to rotate these LCDs to kind of get in here a little bit. So far, components-wise, seeing several components that are found on many electric bikes. We have Tektro mechanical disc brakes, the Shimano thumb shifter that I see, that's like the Sys index shifter. Gets the job done, but definitely a basic component. But for the price of $16.99 in a cargo e-bike, it's going to be kind of hard to beat. All right, I'm just going to leave those loose just for a second. All righty. So let's see, I'm just going to try to stand over this bike and try to get a feel for where these handlebars should be. That feels pretty good. Center them here. Looks pretty good. When I first saw this KBO being released, I knew it was definitely a bike that I wanted to review just given the price point. And generally speaking, I try to keep tabs on what people say about different brands, and I haven't seen really anything negative about KBO. It's not to say it doesn't exist, but as far as comments on my videos, so, and usually people who do purchase the bikes, if they do have anything negative to say, they'll let me know. And again, link in the description to this bike. All right. So make sure these are still, yeah, it feels pretty good. I think the last unboxing I did was on the Rad Expand 5. I will check the comments here in just a second. Just tightening down the stem plate. Just takes a little bit of time. I want to get my little extender here. It's going to make it a little bit easier to finish these up. There we go. And you probably would want to get these torqued to spec and do everything properly. These cables are a little bit just in the way. Is that feeling pretty good still? Yeah. Nicely integrated battery too. That's really nice. Nice clean look. And I believe the battery capacity is 17.5 amp hours, which is quite large. Again, at this price point, I view average battery size around 14 amp hours. Feels good. Okay. All right, that's done. Nice step through design here, as you can see. All right, let's see what else. Okay. Lamar says, nice bike. I've heard Austin, Texas has a pretty big push for better cycling infrastructure. That's good to hear. Have not been to Austin, Texas. Would love to go there. They could do a better job with the cable management. Yeah, it would be nice to have some cable wrapping. They are wrapped pretty nicely with, some Velcro strap here, but it could be cleaned up certainly and look a little bit better, though the cables are internal. It's not the best I've seen, but not the worst either. All right, since we're here, let's go ahead and do the pedals. And they are labeled right and left. So the right one is going to be threaded on normally. All right, a wrench we just had here. They even tell you right pedal. I don't know if this is a sticker or what. It's almost like they have that painted on here. That's kind of interesting. All right. Okay. And because of the kickstand location, I mean, it is a cargo electric bike. It's not going to be clear of the pedals At least I don't think. Looks like it does clear the pedals. That's pretty cool. Looks like we have some derailleur. Needs to just be. Tighten this down. And you might want to put some grease on these pedals before you put them on as well. We're going to do the left one. That's going to be reverse threaded. You kind of notice the front tire here kind of up in the air and kind of spinning around. That's where they could use what's called a deflopulator to keep that. And it looks like while the battery is here, it looks like the controller is kind of tucked nicely back here. That's kind of interesting. And as far as that damage goes, there's some scraping on the bottom of the front fork, but not significant. Doesn't look terrible. Probably not something that I'll notice. All right, see these handlebars spun around on me. Okay, front fender, I guess. Front fender and front light, maybe. Let's go ahead and try that. I tuned in late. You may have mentioned it. Has the EMX Extreme showed up yet? I've heard of that electric bike, but I have not reviewed that or been in contact with the company. I haven't ridden a bike since I was young, but I'm looking at picking it up. Too bad commuting by bike where I live in Alabama is impossible. And neither of the two cities by me seem to have remotely good for it either. I expect that many communities will use some of their federal infrastructure funds to install safer bike lanes. Yes, that would be great. Our city actually does a pretty good job. I mean, I'm not going to say that the infrastructure is perfect, but there is a lot of people who want to improve it, and there have steadily been improvements here. And even in not even like infrastructure as far as, biking, there's been a lot of like mountain biking and stuff in our area, which also helps. Let me set these screws down here. Put this fender on in just a second. There we go. And I guess maybe the fender probably goes in the back. That's what usually like. Let me redo this. Light in the front, go fender in the back, and see how that works. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like it. I'm going to look in the manual and just see. Sometimes it goes in the back, sometimes it goes in the front. Oh gosh, it's going to be hard to tell from this picture, I think. It kind of looks like the back. I think that's probably what I'll. Just the seat, tail light, front wheel, install fenders and headlight. Attach the front fender and headlight by the screw. Okay. Well, that doesn't really tell me where it goes, but. Alrighty, let's see. This headlight, really cool looking. I guess this would kind of make sense. Just getting this started and then get it tightened up here. And I will need different size. Let's see, maybe a 5. And I will need a small wrench as well. Looks like it's a 10 up front. Looks like I have that. Plastic fenders up here, and I'm very curious how this front light is going to look. I always try to raise that fender up, and I went too far before I did that. There we go, maybe. Nope. Just to make sure there's not going to be any clearance issues, though. I think in its lowest position, it actually would be. I think it's going to be fine. Get this light up in the air. Have not seen this light before, so very curious on that. Let's see. Always like bright lights from companies. I think that's something that a lot of companies can improve upon. I did see a headline, and I didn't read it the other day, but talking about, commuting and traveling, but I think it was Van Moof, another e-bike company, and I actually have not ridden one of their bikes, but I think they are quoted in Bloomberg saying that their sales right now are about double what they anticipated, which is pretty impressive. Probably has partly to do with gas prices and those sort of things. So not necessarily a bad thing in my book. I like to see people hopping on bikes, getting exercise. And the more people on bikes, the safer it's going to be. I'll get this fender installed, and I guess I'll look at those mounts for the like the passenger. Not sure where they looks like there's some bolts on there. I wonder if they attach to the same ones, or maybe there's other ones. We'll see. It's the right size. And I'll check the comments just a second. Again, if you are wondering more about this electric bike, link in the description. Help support e-bike escape. And I told everyone earlier who was on that I am close to crossing 10,000 subscribers. And when I do, I have a video going live of an unboxing of a custom electric bike that I personally think looks really cool. I'm sure there's others who would say that they don't really like the look, but it's definitely one of those bikes that you're going to be seeing. All right, one down. Just want to make sure this one isn't cross-threaded before I really. Sometimes with some of these bolts, it's really hard to tell because there's sometimes a lot of Loctite on them. So make sure this goes in. I'm guessing that was kind of the case with this one on this side. We also have two dual motor electric bike reviews to do. The Electric Bike Company Model D and the Uniro, which just came today, the Uniro Defender S. Dual motor, I think they're 750 watt nominal each. Keep in mind this has a 750 watt motor in the rear. All right, let's see here. The welded surface area on the head tube to the down tube looks a little bit small. I think you're talking about this area. It does maybe look a little bit small, but yeah, I mean, usually I feel like, but I'm sure it plays a little bit into the frame design. $5 gas also helps. The possibility of commuting without a car will be pretty much at the top of my considerations. When and if I get a chance to move for a few reasons I'd rather not get into here. That'd be great. I think it's awesome to commute on a bike. Saves tons of money. A little off topic. I ordered a Ride One Up 700 series Friday. Will the handlebar grip accommodate a bar end mirror? Oh, geez. Let's see here. I would say, I think yes. I'm trying to remember. We did a video on the Ride One Up 700 series accessories, though I feel like we put on handlebar mounted mirrors, not bar end. You should be okay. Oh, you said, sorry, you said handlebar grip. I don't know if you mean bar end or handlebar grip. I can't remember exactly what those grips are, but check out that video, it might answer your question. I like some of the more colorful ones myself. Needs a lower, lots of stress at that junction. It needs a lower gusset. Well, perhaps KBO will watch this video and maybe take your recommendations into consideration. Okay, I think maybe these. Let's see where these mount to. Maybe I'll move the bike forward a little bit here, so you can see. Actually, it doesn't feel overly heavy. I mean, I know it is heavy, but alrighty. Let's see. I don't know if there's a right or left to these. My guess is right here. And there's a bolt there. That looks about right. Let's see if there's a. I wonder if they're the same. Just thinking. Yeah, okay. Well, let's give it a shot here. Like I said, there are other accessories for this bike. They were just not in stock, so hoping that KBO sends me those so I can share them. After all, this is a cargo electric bike. Again, very unique with this rear rack, in my opinion. Let's see, what else? We talked a little bit about bike infrastructure. Someone bought a Ride One Up 700 series. That's a great bike, in my opinion. Great value. Anyone else considering any models? Maybe waiting for some reviews, or this screw hopefully is just looks like feels like it's coming out a little bit tricky. So hopefully I'm able to get it back in without issue. All right, here we go. I do like that this bike comes with, oh man, I just feel like this has Loctite all over it. But I do like that this comes with the accessories. For some accessories. Okay, hopefully that one's going to go in. And that one, and ooh, looks like that's going to be tight. I don't know if that's, I wonder if it's, and try the other one just to make sure. Just looks like it's off just a touch. for that center bolt. Now I do have the Thule Maxi child seat, and I have the adapter plate, and I kind of wonder if this is going to be too wide to be able to use that with. So that'll be interesting to see. All right, hopefully this one will work here. Otherwise, I guess maybe just 2 screws for now, and might have some drilling to do. I feel like that center one is just not quite lining up, so I'm going to have to do the 2 top ones. I might have to drill that other one out a little bit. But I feel like you're maybe not putting a ton of stress on these passengers, but you probably want, I mean, I don't know. It seems like as this is tightened down, it doesn't sit as flat against the frame. I'll have to email them about this and see what they say, because at the moment that's going to have to be drilled out a bit. All right, but I do want to get the, I don't think that's going to bend enough. No. All right, on to the other side. Let's see. Comments wise, bar end. Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm not sure if the bar end ones will work. I hope so for you. Again, if you look at that video, it should give you a closer look, and I might even talk about the bar end ones in that one. I'm thinking about the Spark Bandit. Spark Bandit, what company is that? Is the brand called Spark? That would be a brand that I'm not personally familiar with. Let's set the extra screw there. It does have an integrated rear light here. I talked about that piece of wood back here. So I'm not sure what kind of child seats you'd be able to put back here, but it might be better suited for older children, not sure. Okay, let's see here. It's amazing. I follow the e-bike brands pretty closely, and I feel like multiple times per week I'm getting emails from new companies and companies that are new, and just can't review all of them. So just like that Spark Bandit bike, I mean, just feel like there's so many brands out there, it's hard to keep track. We have a electric bike, what I call as complete as it can be, a list of electric bike brands on my website. If you go to ebikeescape.com and scroll down, maybe like halfway or something, there's a page where a lot of people will comment new brands, which is helpful because then I can keep track. All right, this hole actually looks like it's going to line up, so that's good. I wonder if it has to do with, I'm not sure. Yeah, no problem on this side. So yeah, we'll have to see about the other side. Might just have to drill that out just a little bit. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do? Maybe we want to turn on the bike. And we have the keys back here. Can always remove those. All right, let's go ahead and turn the power on though. Powered on, just fine. Take the plastic off. And maybe I'll tilt the camera up just to give you a little bit better idea for those watching this. I'm 6 feet tall, so a lot of people, it's hard to buy an electric bike online. Of course, there are suggestions of height ranges and those sort of things. That's going to be too low for me. I always look for the minimum insertion point. Looks like it's right here. That's going to be plenty tall for me. I think I'll put the seat about there. Again, you do want to be careful with the kickstand. They're not necessarily made to hold the complete, 400-pound capacity of the bike. Do have the rear light actuated by the brake. When I hold the brake down, the light does blink. Try to hop on here. Actually, maybe could go up slightly higher, but this is a bike that I think it feels pretty comfortable, a little bit hunched over. I think if I were to have my preference, I think I would maybe put a adjustable stem here just to lift up the handlebars just a little bit. When you're on a cargo electric bike, it's nice to be in a comfortable riding position. We do have a monochrome LCD display here. Right hand twist grip throttle. I already talked about the shifter. We have a integrated bell into the left hand brake. Tektro mechanical disc brakes. Really like those as far as mechanical disc brakes go. Looks like I have to tighten up the saddle a little bit here. And yeah, it's a, sharp looking bike, priced really nice. Excited to get the review out. Pretty sure that this will be the charger port over here. Again, the battery enters the down tube right here. And no front suspension, but you do have those 20 by 3 inches. Oh, I do want to turn on that front light. There we go. It's going to be pretty hard to tell in the room here, but seems maybe brighter than average. It's got two lights on it, so that's cool. And yeah, simple display, but nice and large, and it is backlit. And this is a display I have seen before. I'm almost certain of that. And yeah, nice looking bike. I think they did a pretty good job. Let's see, what else can I call out? We have some of the motor cables coming in at the bottom. Let's see here. Coming down through the frame here. Talked about the controller, rear fender. I think this rack looks pretty unique. That's a unique design. 400-pound total capacity. And we have a Shimano Altus rear derailleur. Again, a very common component. About what I'd expect. And I just feel like for a cargo electric bike at $16.99, 750 watt motor. I mean, we'll see how it performs in the test, but seems like a pretty good deal. And then they also have other accessories as well. I will check the comments. I do want to just look and make sure there's nothing else on this bike that I missed that I wanted to call out. So I think I'm not sure if they showed the optional accessories on this. You might have had to go to a different page. So it looks like they have a front rack with and then a basket, and then they have another large rack with like a bag that fits on it, and then they have like the passenger rails if you're hauling kids, and I think that's pretty much it as far as accessories go. I will try to feature those if I can. 17.5 amp hour battery. And yeah, I'll check comments once more. But again, if you are looking at a KBO electric bike, appreciate it if you use the link in the description or other resources down there as well. All right. Spark is the name of the company. They're out of Connecticut. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Hello, I'm 61 years old. What is a good bike for an older guy on a budget? I like moped and utility style bikes. All right, Steve. I would say I always recommend first step through electric bikes. I think they're very accessible for people to hop on. If you lean towards the moped and utility style bikes, I would say the Rad Runner comes to mind as a step through. That's also like a moped style e-bike. You could also get the Rad Runner Plus. I think, let's see, what else is there? I'm trying to think. There's not a whole lot of true moped style electric bikes that are step through. I guess maybe the Himalaya Escape would be a potential option if you are open to other style bikes. Affordable ones, there's the new Rad Expand 5 that has a low step through. The Electric XP 2.0 obviously is a good option. If you're looking for a city bike, there's a lot I could recommend. There's like the Rad City step through, the Rad City 5 step through, Rad City 5 Plus step through, sorry. Or the Rise bikes from Ride One Up, 700 series, Core 5, 500 series, all offered in step throughs, all great bikes in my opinion. I'm trying to think. There's probably some that I'm going to regret that I didn't mention. Let's see. And if you have any other ideas that I'm missing, let me know. Camping Brad says, I like the color. Completely agree. I'm just, let's see, moped style. I think that would be my short list. There might be some more on there, but that's a good start, at least getting you looking at some bikes. Let me know if you have any questions. Are you still a fan of Aventon's Adventure e-bike? You've had it for a couple of months. Apart from customer service issues, seems like a good bike. Yes, I am still a fan of that bike. I think, as far as customer service goes, I submitted a customer service request just like anyone else, and they took care of me very quickly. We had some issues with the battery kind of popping out. I think we have that resolved now. But in my experience, they responded quite fast. So I have heard that before, but I don't know. I feel like, some of these brands are just going through massive growth, and so you just maybe cut them a little bit of slack. But in my experience, it has been good. My one grief is I should have bought a step through. I think that's what a lot of people feel like as well. They're just so much easier to hop on. Yeah, we did a video on the Rad Rover 6 Plus and the Rad Rover 6 Plus step through. And yeah, I mean, that has been a pretty popular video talking about how step throughs are not women's bikes, and you're going to ride whatever bike you're most comfortable on the most. Another one I maybe throw out in the step through is like the eSpin Nesta. Let's see. Oh, and then I think I would also put the Aventon Cinch step through in that kind of category of a bit of a moped style feel. Hopefully I'm going to get one of those to review. But those are good bikes. Oh, and also the Juiced Rip Racer. I think that's a good one to consider in the moped style category as well. Can't remember if that one, I think it's more of a step through. Could be mistaken. It's been a while since I looked at that bike. Yeah, it's like a mid step, so it's going to be a little bit more accessible. Certainly more accessible than their other models. So hopefully that's a good list for you. It seems like everyone rides a step through in the Netherlands from the videos I've seen. Doesn't surprise me. There are a lot of hills where I am, so I need something with a big motor. Yeah, Jay, and I would say, on all the bikes that we review, I take them up a steep hill with throttle alone. So don't necessarily discount a motor because it seems like it's not going to be more powerful enough. Because even some 500-watt motors are still capable of taking me at least up hills throttle only. And certainly most people are going to be providing some of their own effort. While there are quite a few of them, thank you. I will continue my research and watching your videos. Thanks for the kind words. All right, one more minute here. And if you don't have any other questions, we'll see you on the next live stream and a handful of videos in the next few days. Again, 10,000 subscribers. We're going to do a fun video. At least I think it was fun. And yeah, and stay tuned Tuesday, a launch of a brand new e-bike from a well-known company. Really excited for that one. All right, with that, thanks for joining me today. And hope, how much was it again? Rachel asks, this is $16.99. All right, with that, I will try to answer any other questions in the comment section below, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video / live stream. Lots of more bikes to unbox and review, like 13 to be exact. So everyone have a good weekend. Thanks.